Welcome back to our assignment questions. We're on number 18 and 0.5. Find equations in the indicated forms for the graph at the right. So this is where we're kind of going to work backwards a little bit. So I'm going to take this graph and I'm still going to have amplitude, period, vertical shift, phase shift. And I'm going to do all of this for sine of x first. So amplitude, look from the middle of the graph to the top of the graph. Looks like it's 4. Up 4, down 4. Period next. So it looks like I have a period from here. And this is the sine of x graph. So that means I'm looking for my S shape, and that happens right in that box. There's my sine of x shape. There's that S shape. So I have a period of 4 pi. But that's not what I put in the equation. Remember, we always do 2 pi divided by the number in the equation, and that gives us our period. So I'm going to work backwards on this to find the number I put in my equation. So let's see, I got 2 pi equals 4 pi times b, times both sides by b. And divide by 4 pi. So now I've got b equals 1/2. So that's what I'm going to put in my equation, 1/2. Vertical shift. So look at this. Is this graph shifted up and down? Nope, it's not. I still have the center of the graph right there at 0, so none. And then I have my phase shift or my horizontal shift. I do not have it move side to side. My S shape is right there on the origin like I want it to, so none. So if I put all of this together in my equation, I'm going to have y equals, here's my amplitude, so 4 sine of, my period I figured out was 1/2. Then I have x minus c, that is your phase shift, that is your vertical shift, and we don't have either of those. So it's just 1/2 x, and we're done. No phase shift, no vertical shift. That's our first equation. Now let's do the same thing, but for cosine of x. So now I'm looking for my C shape. So I'm going to erase these lines, do this all over again. Now it looks like I have my C shape. Sorry about that, guys. That's my reminder to drink water. There's my C shape right there. And from there I can take amplitude is still going to be 4. So amplitude is still 4. My period is right here to there. Right? Looks good so far. And my period, let's see, this is -3 pi. This is up to pi. So this looks like a difference. It's 4 pi wide. So the period for this cosine one is still 4 pi, so I do the same thing and end up getting that b equals 1/2. Go through that same process. Vertical shift, not moving up and down. It's still centered on the axis, so no vertical shift. I do, however, have a phase shift because normally this graph starts here. Now, that means I can move it this direction, or I could move it this direction. Either one is really fine. I'm going to go with the shorter one. So this is a phase shift. I need to move left pi amount. That's what I need to do. Left pi amount. So let me make sure I'm doing that one. I think I'm went the wrong direction, guys. Here, let me try and explain that one again. So this, let's do it this way. The normal cosine graph would go like this, right? Because it's on the origin. So what I need to do is I need to take the normal one and I need to move it right pi to get to my red transformed one. So I'm taking my normal yellow one, I want to move it right pi amount to get to my transformed red one. Now I can write this in an equation for y equals 4 cosine 1/2. Now I have my phase shift. So x, right, remember inside is opposite. So even though we think right is positive, it's actually negative pi. And then no vertical shift. So we should have that. That's it for this one. In the next one, I will do the last two.